Curtains are a great way to not only control the light in your home, but you can save energy because they keep the warmth in. And of course, they look great. I'm Sheree, and I'm going to show you how to put up a curtain pole like a pro. When you're buying curtains, there are a lot of things to consider. Firstly, what kind of curtains do you want? Do you want fine ones that let the light in, or do you want blackout curtains that block out all the light? I've gone for a kind of middle ground with lined curtains. They're a bit heavier, so they give a nice premium feel. And then you want to think, how am I going to attach them to the window? You can use a track or a pole. I've got eyelet curtains, so I will be using a curtain pole. And because this is a wide window, I've got an extendable curtain pole as well. I'm going to put my pole a little bit higher than the actual window to give the illusion of height. Then you want to measure the width as well. So do you want a nice full look when the curtains close? If you do, measure the window, double it, and then when they're closed, they'll have that nice full wavy look. Safety first, get yourself one of these, a nice step when you're measuring. You can use a ladder, but make sure you use the instructions. Do not stand on a chair because that is very dangerous. So I need to measure the central point of my window because it's quite a long window, so we'll have a wide pole and I need a central bracket to support the weight. So I've measured the middle point of these patio doors, and then I've measured up to the drop of the curtains, which is 229 centimetres. But before I drill anything, I'm actually going to use the curtains to see exactly where they're going to drop rather than just go by the measurements. Because these are patio doors, I want the drop to just skim the floor. I don't want them to pool because it's high traffic and I don't want the bottoms of the curtains to get dirty. These are an eyelet style. The drop is a little bit above the pole. So using the curtains allows me to get that perfect drop. So I just repeated that process on either side of the window, marked where I'm going to put my brackets. But before I drill anything, I'm going to get myself a stud finder because you do not want to drill into any electrics or any pipes. You don't want a water feature. Well, maybe you do, but I don't. And then once I've done that, time for drilling. Because curtains are very heavy, you can't just drill straight into the wall, so you want to use a wall plug. My walls are masonry, so I've got the correct drill bit and masonry wall plugs. If you're using plasterboard or anything different, you'll want to use the specific wall plugs for that. So I know where I need to drill, but a top tip is to just tape up an envelope beneath where you're drilling, because masonry can be very dusty, and then this will just very cleverly catch all the dust. So I've drilled my holes. I'm going to pop in the wall plugs and then screw in the first screw. And this acts as a support to the bracket. Then just grab your bracket and it'll hook over the top there, and then tighten it up. And the same again for the bottom screw. Yep, there we go, that's nice and secure. So I just need to repeat the process on the other sides. Now it's time to thread my curtains onto the pole. So you want to make sure that they're pleated in the correct way and move them all the way up to the finial. The finial is this nice decorative bit here. You don't have to use the one that you've been given with the pole. You can change them because they're all universal screws, so you can just screw them onto the end of the pole. So it's time to put up the curtains. Make sure that your first pleat just hangs on the other side of the bracket so it stays in place. Just before I finish, I'm going to use a spirit level to check that the rail's level. If it's not, I can adjust the brackets slightly. Most brackets come with either a tiny screw or a bit of rubber like this. You can pop it behind the central bracket to make sure that the pole doesn't spin or move left or right. I think these curtains frame the window perfectly. They soften it and are the perfect finishing touch. Of course, there's lots of different colours and styles to pair with different styles of curtain pole. So why don't you give it a go in your own home? Hopefully you found that useful. All the products that I used are listed below in the description. If you like the video, leave a comment or a like, and don't forget to subscribe to B&Q for more DIY content.